Of course, there is some hope out there that the pace of this pandemic will continue to improve. We are seeing across the country businesses being allowed to move into the next stage of our reopening, different in every jurisdiction. And today we learned from the province of Alberta its own blueprint for a fiscal future amid some very province-specific issues, as well as this broader economic malaise. All of it adds up to, of course, the need for a clear view of where we go from here. Andrew Scheer is leader of the Conservative Party of Canada. Thank you very much for being with us, Andrew. And one place I want to start is you have recently made some comments about CERB and expanding it in a way that allows for a back-to-work top-up. It's something that Manitoba is doing at a provincial level. Just give me a sense of what you're suggesting there and what kind of feedback you've had from the government about it.
Right. Well, as you know, Amanda, right now, if you make $1 more than $1,000, you lose the entire CERB benefit. That's a real problem for a lot of people who work in precarious work, shift workers, people in the hospitality, restaurant industry, because they may have accepted some shifts and they may want to be going back to work, but they may have a lot of fear that their business will be able to continue to offer them work. So it's a real challenge to continue taking work later into the month, knowing that you could be worse off. So what we're saying is what the government should do is they should change the CERB to make it more flexible, more generous, allow people to keep up to 50% of it while they make more than $1,000. So that way they don't have to worry if their boss calls them and cancels their shifts for the last week of the month. They'll still be out ahead, better off for having taken that work. And this will help address some of the challenges we've seen where we have high unemployment, but also in many sectors, many areas, also a labor shortage.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely does seem to be a problem that's emerging. We hear you talk to businesses, we talk to businesses, we know it's real. But just in terms of the top up and how it works, additional cost, of course, is something that is of growing concern to many. This is a program that's already north of $50 billion. So how concerning is it to think about extending it, which might be necessary? I mean, we are hearing from many in industry that this may go on longer than we think. But how do we pay that bill?
Right. Well, and as you mentioned, this obviously does make it more, our proposal would be more flexible. It would add about $3 billion to the cost, but we believe that this will help alleviate the need for that type of program to exist long term, getting more and more people back to work, taking shifts, earning income from the private sector, getting over that barrier to get back into the workplace will have huge economic benefits. That's really what we need right now, is a look at where is the federal government's plan to support a recovery. And this is one of the things that they can do to help remove a barrier to work, to allow for more economic activity. When we look at other programs like the wage subsidy that are very much undersubscribed, there's still a lot of money that was earmarked for that. And because of flaws in those programs, the money's not flowing out the door. So what we're saying is to take some of that money that you've already had allocated, make the CERB more flexible. You're going to see more people re-enter the workplace. You're going to see more businesses reopen, and that's going to have huge benefits, huge dividends over the medium term.